Yo, yo, yo. She got Craig, aka Top Flight, aka Petty Pendergrass, aka your friendly neighborhood Chargers truth broker. And I am back with another five of them things. So let's get right into it. So, up first, number one, Brandon's Playhouse. So, it's been a few weeks, and I'm still not sure yet whether or not it's the Staley effect having taken hold, or if Tom Telesco and John Spanos were handcuffed in a basement on the first day of free agency. Either way, I'll take what I can get. The Khalil Mack thing, completely out of left field. None of us saw that coming. And JC Jackson, look, as much as we want to say that, hey, we all knew that it was really a possibility, none of us really thought that was going to happen. I mean, we kept our fingers crossed and we were hopeful, but that's not exactly a Charger move. Now you take the Sebastian Joseph Day signing, which was a relationship thing there with Staley, and Austin Johnson, and that makes more sense because the Chargers lately have this thing where there is an issue that starts to rear its ugly head and it turns into a full-fledged crisis, the run defense, and then they try to go all out in the next offseason to fix it. So that was more in line with what we were expecting going into this offseason, but look what we walked away with. And at this point, let's just see how the rest of it pans out because it's kind of calmed down to like more of a screeching halt at this point. But that brings me to number two, which is the party is over. We're like in phase 3, third week of free agency, and Gerald Everett seems forever ago. And you signed a long snapper and a new punter, which, cool, I guess. Anything's better than Ty Long. But man, what do they have? Like $9 million left in cap space in actual spending money. And I mean, if you ask Sean Merriman, something else big is happening. But for right now, it's just bringing me back to my initial thought that maybe Tommy and John found their way out of that basement somehow. Can we do something though? I mean, at this point, it's like there are still holes, offensive tackle and guard, but that kind of lends me to number 3, which is Matt Filer to the rescue. Maybe. There's talk of him being kicked over to right tackle, which is something that I was all for last season, but I get it, the whole continuity thing on the left side of the line, not necessarily wanting to put Brennan Hymus over there next to a rookie and Rashawn Slater, but after like 5 or 6 weeks had gone by, I think Rashawn had proved himself to be, more than capable. You sandwich him in between two eventual all-pro performers, and I think he would have fared just fine. But look, if you want to play it safe, I get it. I mean, it almost came at the risk of having your star quarterback decapitated, but who cares, right? So, I mean, now we're looking at the holes on the offensive line here as we move into the draft here, which we're about a month away from. And there are still a few more questions than there are answers. Now, Filer's already proven that he can play the position. He did it in Pittsburgh, more than capable. The question becomes, what are you more comfortable with? A proven commodity or a rookie? I mean, to me, the answer is pretty simple. And now, as good a time as ever to give Hymus an opportunity to come in and compete for that left guard spot. And you should probably consider signing Odell Bushi at this point. One way or another, they're probably going to take a couple linemen in the upcoming draft. So I would just not want to go into the first round of it with an absolute need because, I'll get to that later. So I guess kind of the next thing up is number 4, which I'm really appreciative of. And that is because I want to take this opportunity to give many, many thanks to a one Ed McGuire, aka Eddie Mack, as I affectionately refer to him as. To hell with Tom Telesco. Ed's the genius. I mean, okay, look, we got to give Tom some credit. I mean, he picks up the phone, he calls other GMs, gets to willing and dealing, finding out what it takes to get the deal done, and he gets it done, I guess. And I'm assuming he's way more charming over the phone than he is during his presses because the dude couldn't inspire me to take out the trash. But I digress. Back to Ed. the way he's getting these deals done, fantastic. A lot of these contracts are having these upfront signing bonuses, which is doing wonders for the 22 cap hit, and kicking the can down the road on some other things. But the beautiful part about these contracts is that they're so malleable. Over time, there's going to be some adjustments made. I mean, there might be some faces around for the duration of them, JC Jackson, and then others that may not be. I'm not going to throw any names out there for that because I don't want to put any bad juju on it. But Ed's been doing this thing for quite some time now, and I mean, he's working behind the scenes and in the shadows, so he definitely deserves his props. So I want to make sure that I give it to him if no one else does. And well, I guess to allude back to something that I mentioned earlier, kind of brings me to number 5, which is what I'm kind of worried about going into the draft. It's what I refer to as FORA, FORA, fear of reaching again. We all remember DJ Fluker, right? How about Melvin Gordon? I know we would love to forget both of those selections, how they came about, but let's take a trip down pain lane real quick. Only because we know that the last thing any of us wants to see is Tom Telesco go into the first night of the draft with a pressing need, because to hell with all that best player available crap they kick. That's not how things work. If you've been a Chargers fan for long enough, you know that is a complete and utter lie. Reason being is, let's just say they go into round 1 with a need at right tackle, and all of the top guys are off the board. What has Tom's history told us he'll do? That's right, stretch Armstrong, that bad boy, for whatever's left at the position at that time, and then lie about the fact that they had a first-round grade on a dude. This is exactly why I've been going back and forth on whether or not I'm going to Vegas for the draft, because I think the last thing anyone wants is to see me, a grown man, in tears over Trevor Penning being picked at 17. I might need to reconsider this. I don't know if I want to do that. It's my birthday weekend. Why ruin it? Yeah, but y'all know what it is, man. Whatever goes down in Charger land, your guy will always be back with another 5-piece for your head top. So till the next one, catch y'all later. Take it easy. Gone.